Hello everyone, welcome to the session. This is Aditya Manukapati, and in this session you are going to learn the following topics: epics, versions, creating a backlog, filter user stories using epics and versions. So let's continue. Operations. So this is the main window, and this is the place backlog page where you will be the product owners are going to be adding all their product backlog items or user stories, I can say. In the same place, we are going to do the planning as well. So I'm going to explain you that in detail in a couple of minutes. Please go ahead and register for this tool now. Alpha site name is going to be any unique name. You can give, you just try by adding some characters. So MYF board is my first project. So with that, it has created something. So whatever the name we had given for this board, so with that, it has created this information. It's like a key kind of thing. The first 3 characters it took from my first project, and it has created a key. From now onwards, whatever the user stories you are going to create, with the same key, it is going to assign a number. We'll see that. Kindly go ahead and register. Also remember the username and password, whatever you are going to give there, so that you can utilize it for further work. Please confirm once your installation is over. Yes. So you have to select the classic template Scrum. Alpha, please use the other browser. You need not to download anything. You have to just go ahead and register for it. That's all. Yeah, Explorer is fine. Go to Explorer, open Google, search for Jira trial version, select the option and start filling again. So you should be using a unique Gmail ID or email ID every time. The same thing again and again you cannot use. If it is already registered with your email ID, you have to use the new one. So Arish, you have to move to backlog so that you will see the screen like this. In the right side, left side, you can see an option called backlog. Okay, then please come to my screen, everyone. Anyways, today you are not going to practice on this tool, just observe today whatever I'm showing. Then in tomorrow's session, I'll give you an assignment where you have to do everything from the scratch. So don't practice parallelly also. Just understand what features are available and why we are doing it, why we are using it. That's it. So whatever the process I had showed earlier, what Vibha, this is Aditya, and uh, I am taking this class today and tomorrow. No problem. I have completed one part of it. Like I have completed Agile process. I have just explained it. And today, and now I'm going to start with the Jira tool. Anyway, I'll be sharing the video with you all after this session. You can watch it and you can, yeah, you can understand that function, whatever I have explained earlier. So you have missed almost an hour. All right. So yeah, this topic I'm starting now. So you can start from here. At least it will be helpful for you. Okay. So what is Jira? Why we have to use it? Jira is a agile process management tool. So which will be used to store the backlog, to see the scrum progress or sprint progress, also to report the defects, to generate the reports. For everything, this is the tool which most of the companies are using currently in the market. So whatever the flow we had seen here in the scrum process, like product backlog creation, planning one, planning two, sprint backlog creation, sprint progress. So these activities directly you can perform in that particular tool. All right. So let me show you how it's going to work. First, we will list down what activities we have to perform. Some of the external meetings like daily scrum meeting, stand-up meeting, or retrospectives, review meetings. These are external to this tool that we cannot represent anything here. But only thing what we can do here is by keeping the information. The remaining stuff like planning, product backlog, you can create here. Sprint backlog, planning one and planning two, you can do here. Also, you can create the defects and you can map the defects to the user stories, whatever you have developed and test it. So the complete process I will show in step-by-step manner now. The first step is in agile process. What is the first step? The product owner creates product backlog. Second, who is going to do the planning? Sprint planning one. Who is responsible? Team is responsible for it. Third, sprint planning two. Who is responsible for this? Again, team. So in these two planning meetings, what the team is going to perform. So in planning one, they do the estimation. They identify the user stories for development, and they do the estimation for each user story. And in sprint planning too, what they do, identify subtasks for every user story. Once this task is done, we will be having sprint backlog. And this sprint backlog is subset of product backlog. If you have 100 requirements in the product backlog, after planning 1 and planning 2, you will have you will be selecting around 10 requirements or maybe 8 requirements or user stories for development. That user stories will be called here as sprint backlog. So once the sprint backlog is ready, then the sprint is going to start. Sprint starts. Next, sprint progress. So once all the days are over, 2 weeks are over, or maybe you might have selected 2 weeks as a duration for sprint. So once it is over, at the end, you have to stop the sprint or complete the sprint. And after that, you will have a review meeting, or during this time, in between, you will have stand-up meetings on daily basis. And at the end, you will have review meetings with the end user, and you will be conducting the retrospective. So as all these things are external to this tool, I'm not going to document that here. Now, whatever is required, I'll be showing that. So this is going to be the screen. This is how it looks like. So this is the backlog page where you will be, the product owner is going to create the product backlog. In the bottom side, he can add all the user stories here, and he can add that information where, I mean, he can give all the required information here. And in the top, you will be able to see the sprint backlog. Currently, nothing is available. Whenever I create, you can see that information. And there is another one called active sprints. So this is a place where you can track the sprint progress. So all the user stories in the beginning, or all the subtasks or user stories, will be available in to-do status in the beginning. Whenever a particular person started working on a user story or a subtask, that particular subtask will be moved to in progress. Whenever that particular person is done with that, then it will be moved to done. So I'll come to that with examples. Next, reports. So this is for management purpose. You can create different types of reports here. You can see the sprint progress like burn down chart or sprint report, etc. So burn down chart is going to give you the exact information how the development work is going on. So is it going as per the plan, or is it going in a different ways, so that you can check it out. And sprint report at the end we can generate, and we can see total how much was estimated, and how much time it took, and how many user stories are completed, how many are not completed. So detailed report you will be getting there. Now I'm going to start with the backlog part. Right? So who is going to create the product backlog? Product backlog will be prepared by the product owner by discussing with the end users or clients. So how he is going to create? Before creating, so you should also know some terminology here like epics and versions. So this is going to be the hierarchy to generate any user story. So you will have epics. Under epics, you will have user stories. To develop these user stories, you will have subtasks, right? So what is an epic means? Epic is nothing but a module. For example, go to flight reservation application. In flight reservation application, what are the different modules you see there? You will have flight module for flight booking. To book the hotels, will have hotels module. and you will have holidays module. So here in this particular model, these modules will be called as epics. So under each epic, you will be having a lot of requirements. That requirements we are going to call here as user stories. So I'll just write it here, epics, and the requirements are going to be as a user, okay, the user story is going to be user should be able to search for a flight. This is one user story. Select a flight. Book a flight. Cancel the flight. Change the seat preference. Or book a meal, right? So this is how the user stories will be created. And after the planning one meeting, they will be picking few of the requirements here. In planning two meeting, they will be identifying the subtask to develop these user stories. So currently there are no epics created, nothing is there. So I'm going to add few epics now. To add the epics, click on epic link, and here you can see an option called create epic. Click on create epic, and whatever the epic names we have identified. So assume that currently we are working for a flight reservation application, and whatever the epics I have created, that I am going to add it here. So first epic name, flights. So flight is nothing but it's one of the module. Summary also I'll just give the same, or if you want you can write more description saying that this module is used for flight booking, something like that. And if you want to create one more epic, just check this checkbox and then click on create. If you uncheck this and then if you click on create, the window is going to be closed. Once again you have to click on create new epic link and then you have to do the complete process. So until you create everything, you just check this checkbox and click on create button. Also you can see here in the top the project name for which under which project you are adding the epics, that information is visible. Also issue type. So there are different issue types are there. Currently the issue type I have selected is epic. Other than that, you can also select task or story or a bug. So basically there is only one page available. According to the option you are selecting in this drop down, the fields are going to be populated. As I have selected epic as a drop down item, so it is just showing only these two fields here. So once it's done, then click on create. The next one, the next epic I'm going to add here is hotels. Second epic. One more, holidays. So why we are adding this? So this information is required to filter your requirements. Suppose for all these modules together, you have collected 200 requirements. How do you find out which requirements belongs to which module? So during that period, during the development, again, it is going to be a big mess. Instead of that, whenever you create a user story, immediately if you can link that user story with the requirement or an epic, then later you can just select a particular epic, filter the requirements or user stories, and you can start working on it. So that's the only reason we are creating the epics here. So I'm unchecking this checkbox and then I'm clicking on create button. So you can see all the three epics are going to be visible here now, like this. Okay. So how to link the user story with these epics, I'm going to show you in a couple of minutes. Other than that, there is one more option available here called versions. What is version means? So normally you might have seen in real life also. So what is the current Android version? It is Android 10, I guess. Previously you have Android Lollipop, Nougat, There are so many versions, right? So what is the purpose of that version? What they are trying to say with that version names or whatever it is? Basically, they are going to say that during this period, you are going to get a new version called Lollipop, and in that particular version, you are going to get these features, right? And these features might be removed, or you will be getting the new features, and these many defects are going to be fixed in the existing version, something like that. So it is just going to give an idea in which version what functionalities we are going to deliver to the end users. So you will be creating a version information, and accordingly you can plan it as well. So here in this screen where I found this, currently we are in the backlog page, and now you have to click on this versions tab. This screen is going to open and create the version numbers. The version numbers, whatever you want, you can give. There is no restriction. So as I said earlier, Google was giving different names for their versions. And in the same way, you can give whatever you want, but currently to understand easily, I will be giving the naming convention as version 1. And on what date you are going to release this version, that start date also you can choose here. Start date or release date, something like that. Yeah, I'm just going to, so this is version 1. Create. My first version is created. Currently, I am not giving any start date and end date. Later also you can give it. That's not a problem. And version 2. And one more version, version 3. Now click on create. So I have created all the 3 versions now. This is good. And how to use this versions information, I'll show you shortly. So before that, if you have any questions, kindly let me know. Rachna, I hope you have seen this. This is the button to click on it. We are in the backlog page, and this is the Epic button, and this is the version button. No, version is not a sprint. Is it clear till now? Okay. So the next step is we are going to create the product backlog. Yes, Vibha, I will be sending you the recording. So here we are going to create the backlog item now. So to create the product backlog, so this is the place where you can add your all the user stories. So this particular activity will be taken care by the product owner in real time. So whenever they discuss with the end user, whatever the information they got, that they will be documenting here in the form of user stories. So to create the user stories, in this screen in the bottom, there is a plus button, create issue button. Click on that. Then you have to give the information, what needs to be done. So basically you have to give the user story name here. Also, if you click on these 3 dots in the right side, it is going to open a small window where you can fill all the information related to your user story. So now if you observe here, by default story is selected in the drop down. Previously we had selected Epic. Whenever I click on Epic button, by default Epic was in the drop down. So that time only 2 fields were there. But now if you observe here, by default story is selected, and there are so many other fields also available here like this. And we have to fill all this information to create the user story. All right. So I'm going to start with the flight module related user stories. The first requirement in the flight module is going to be search for a flight. So that is the summary which I'm going to give. Search for a flight. I'm just talking about the backlog creation now, and I'm adding the user stories. So here I have selected the summary. And if you want to attach any kind of attachments, so normally in real time, you will be, the product owner might be giving some other information. He might be having some documents, or he might be creating some kind of wireframes if required. Wireframes are nothing but the sample screens, etc., where clickables, where the user can click and see how it will be available. So such kind of information you can attach here to this user story. And then here is the place where you have to write the description. So the detailed description, or whatever the information the product owner has after getting the clarification from the end users, that information he will be documenting here. So normally we will be also calling that as a acceptance criteria. So here they are going to document that information. So I'll be writing the description like this: as a user, I should be able to search for a flight with valid search criteria. So the search criteria we are going to give whenever it is required. For example, correct departure date, return date, from city to city, number of passengers. So that is going to be the search criteria. Once you fill all the information, once you click on search button, so it should display the search results properly. According to the search criteria, the results should be populated. So that's what they have documented here. So once that is done, then other fields, linked issues. This is the next dropdown which is available here. So using this particular tab or this particular dropdown, you can do multiple things. First thing is, assume that there is one user story depending on this user story. So such kind of dependencies should be created. Until login functionality is developed, assume that you cannot develop this such functionality. Then you have to create that kind of dependency in this tool. You can do like this. So first, already assume that already the login functionality is already created, or user story is already created. Now you select is blocked by option and select the user story, login user story. So that whenever the developer or product owner comes to this particular user story, he will check it. Okay, is there any dependency or not? If the dependency is there, he will check what is the dependency. Then first they will try to develop that particular user story here. In this case, if you assume that the login functionality is a major functionality and it needs to be implemented before this, so in that case, you can just select that user story. Currently, we did not have any kind of login related user stories here. That's why it is not showing anything in the dropdown, but it is blocked by this particular user story is blocked by the other story. So such kind of things you can do it. Second thing is, so assume that your for this user story, the development is done and the testing is done. During the testing, you have identified a defect. If you want to map that defect with this particular user story, that is also possible. So in that case, you have to select an option called relate to. It relates to. So normally you will open the defect and there you will select relates to, and issue name you are going to mention here. Issue number you are going to give here. I'll show you in the upcoming examples how to do that. Next, fix version. In which version this particular user story is going to be developed. So already we have created the version numbers earlier, right? So that you should select from here. Version 1, version 2, version 3. So I want to deliver this particular functionality to the end users in version 1. So I'm selecting it. Then assigning. So currently by default it is going to be automatic, but whenever a particular user, I mean the developer started working on this user story, he can assign this particular user story on his name. So as I logged in with my credentials, my name is showing here, that is Aditya Managbati. So I can select it, but whenever I started working on it, then only we should do it. In the beginning itself, you need not to do this activity. Then the priority. How soon this requirement needs to be developed? So You have these priorities are there: highest, high, low, lowest, and medium. So by discussing with the end user, the product owner is going to define this information here. Okay. Next, labels. Labels are like customized filters again. Whatever the names you want, you can give for those filters. To understand about these filters or labels, I'll give you one simple example related to Amazon.com. In Amazon.com, once you go to the site, you have a search bar to search for a product. Suppose in the search bar you have typed smart mobiles. Then what you are going to get, all the list of smart mobiles are going to be displayed in the bottom, and also you will be having some kind of small labels in the top with the cross marks like 4 GB RAM, 2 GB RAM, 3 GB RAM, also 5 inches, 6 inches, etc. So whenever you select one of the label, accordingly the bottom mobiles will be filtered. So in the same way, if you want to filter, give some labels later, it will be helpful for the searching purpose. For example, so I will be giving the labels like flight. This is one label. So directly from this screen itself, you can create the label, flight new label, and also search. This is another label which I am assigning it to it. Whenever I search with the flight or whenever I search with the search keyword, I should be able to see this particular requirement. So that's how this label is going to work. This is for searching purpose. At any point of time in future, if you just want to search and find out what is this requirement, or I mean, where is this requirement, then easily these filters, these labels are going to be useful. Epic link, you can see here, whatever the epics we have created earlier, all the epics information is visible, like flights, holidays, hotels, and I'm selecting the flight here from this. Then sprint. Currently there is no sprint created. Everything we are adding into the product backlog. Later we will do that. So select, if you want to create one more, select this create another and click on create. I will create one more user story, and then I will ask, I will accept your questions. I will answer your questions if you have any. Summary, book a flight. So if you have some attachments, you can attach it, or if you can give some description. As a user, I should be able to select a low fare flight, and I should be able to book it. So this is the description. Okay, now this is currently not related to any other user story. So maybe, yeah, so now you can see here. For example, if you want to search for a book a flight, first of all, the search functionality needs to be developed, right? So you can just select is blocked by, and if you click on this drop down, you will get it, search for a flight. So what does that mean now? So if you want to develop, the developer will come to this screen, he will check. So for this particular requirement, is there any dependency or not? Is any other requirement needs to be developed before developing this user story or not? So this information will be helpful for that. And in which fixed version you want to develop this particular user story? I want to do this in fixed version 1. So if you want to change the version, you can do that. But all the flight related functionality I want to deliver in for version 1. That's the reason I have selected version 1 here. Then assignee, right now I'm not going to select anything. If you want to assign it to you, normally whenever you started working on that particular user story, then only you will be doing this. And priority, so product owner will decide that by talking to the end users. I'll be keeping it as highest. And so this is not going to be related to search functionality, but this user story is also belong to flight. So what I'll do, I'll remove one label and I will add one more label called book. So whenever I go and search with either flight label or book label, I'm going to get this user story in the search box. So that is the purpose of it. Then epic link, it belongs to flights. not any related to any other epics here. So I have selected that information. Then sprint. Currently my sprint is not started. Click on create. Okay. For now, I will cancel it. Now let me know if you have any questions. Can we link epics to versions? Currently, there is no way there, Nisha. So user stories will be linked to epics, and also user stories will be linked to epics versions. Versions are not part of sprint. So version will give you the information like, so by when, which functionalities you are going to deliver to the end users. So you are going to decide some, you are going to assign some functionalities or user stories to versions, and that versions, for that those versions you will be assigning a proper date, saying that okay, in next 3 months or maybe in December we are going to deliver this functionality, so that everyone will have a clear idea which functionalities will be delivered to the end user in December month, which version. Whenever they say version 1, that means the version 1 will be delivered in December. So in that, whatever the user stories we have already assigned, all will be delivered to the end users. That's what it means. Can we link, okay, everything versions part of, what are the issues? I'll come to that, Nisha. Did I miss any questions? Is it clear till now? Okay, so let me create few more. We need few more also. So for each user story, you can see the version number and flight number and whatever the information it is showing in the end. So this is the user story name. So it will be generated automatically and it will be added in the sequential way. So whatever you are going to create here, whether it is a defect or whether it is a user story or a version, whatever you do here in this particular application will be generated with a unique ID, and it is going to be sequential order. So yeah, I'm just going to create one more user story here. Is that after the sprint start? I thought product owner creating the product backlog. Yes, that's what we are doing here, Nafsir. So whatever we are doing here, so where the product owner itself is creating the product backlog. So this is the first step. So this is the backlog, and assume that the product owner is discussing with the end users and he is collecting the information and he is creating the product backlog. And also he is dividing into different modules, say flights, etc., so that it will be easy for him or other team members to filter very easily. Okay, so let's continue. Let me add few more. So the next requirement I'm going to add here is cancel a flight. And I do not have any attachments right now. So as a user, I should have an option to cancel a flight, right? And this is not blocked by anything. I'm not going to select anything here. And fixed versions, in version 1 itself I want to deliver that, and I'm not assigning to any person. Labels, yes, I will select the label as flight. Epic link, flight again. So this is the cancellation functionality. So I will also give one more label called cancel, and currently it is not added to any sprint. So create. So whatever the user stories I have created till now, all these user story belongs to version 1 and flight module. So now I will also create few more requirements or user stories for hotels module as well, so that I can show you easily how we can filter based on the versions, based on the modules and epics. So click on create again. Search for a hotel. Or just search a hotel. So as a user, I should be able to search for a hotel with the following criteria. And the criteria is based on the city. Okay, I'll just write like this. City, hotel, hotel name, maybe landmark. So based on this information, I should be able to search for a hotel. Then it is not blocked by anything. And fixed version, we want to deliver this particular functionality in version 2. And it is not assigned to any person. And priority is going to be high in version 2. And label, I'll just give the label as hotel. Then epic link, the epic is going to be hotels. Now click on create. Now you can see one more user story is also added here. So these are the different user stories which we have created. We can see the version numbers. You can also see the epic numbers. In future, if I want to filter all the hotel epic related user stories, then go to epics tab here in the left side and then click on hotels. Then you will be able to see this here like this. In the same way, click on flights. You can filter only flight related user stories. And if you want to clear every filter, whatever you have already added, there is a small link available. Click on create, clear all links. Then based on the versions, if you want to filter, that is also possible. Click on versions and select version 1. You can see all the version 1 related user stories are filtered. If you select version 2, there is only one that is filtered. So at any point of time, if you want to clear the filters, just click on this link, that is create clear all filters option. Done. That's all. So this is how the backlog will be created in real time. And this particular activity will be taken care by the product owner. Any questions from anyone? How do I go back to my page? So you might be having a link which you have received to your mail. So kindly open that and then click on that. It will take you to that page again. Maybe you have to enter your username and password. Can the user stories be edited later? Yes, at any point of time, if it is required, the product owner will go to the product backlog and update the user stories. That is always possible. So in Agile process, none of the requirements are going to be freezed. So because the end user requirements are going to be changing on regular basis. So today it might be something and tomorrow it might be something else. So accordingly, it should be changed. If you fix something and if you develop something, even if it is not required to the user, then again, it is a waste of thing for both the maybe the development company will get the money, but it is a waste for the end users. So for that reason, in the beginning itself, we are not going to freeze anything. It is a very flexible project process. So even after 2 months, today someone they have given one requirement. After 2 months, if the end user wants to change it, absolutely they can come and change the requirement by talking to the product owner. Also, assume that in the beginning they might have given a requirement, they have kept one of the requirement in the top. So later they decided that okay, it doesn't have much priority now, it is not required. So the end user needs one more requirement which needs to be developed as early as possible. Then definitely they can pull that requirement to the top.